Hi, this is Claire Greensfelder reporting with Bing Gong from the press center in the University of the Valley, Univalley, here in Ticapaya, Bolivia, just outside of Cochabamba, where we are here for the conference on the rights of Mother Earth and climate change called by President Evo Morales of Bolivia. And with me is
Tanya Fields
of New York City with a group called Mothers on the Move. And I saw Tanya on the move last night in the North American caucus. We just wanted to, since you've been an activist for a long time and you're here with your baby, which shows a tremendous commitment to the earth, tell us, what has your experience been like here in Bolivia, and what have you feel that you have gotten from the conference?
I think the biggest thing for me being here at the conference is seeing the indigenous people's willingness and their passion to want to be involved in this. Thinking about people who have systematically been marginalized and who, when given the opportunity, seize the opportunity to make sure that their voices are heard. That for me has been one of the most moving things, and something that I want to take back to the Bronx when thinking about making sure that people who have been marginalized in my community take the opportunity to make sure that their voices are heard and that their needs are met.
Now, there's a lot of things you could be doing every day in your life. What made you decide to make the long trek to Bolivia? It shows a tremendous commitment.
Well, I think a lot of times when you do your work in the Bronx, you do your work in New York, you do your work in the U.S., you tend to think things happen in a vacuum. You forget that you're not the center of the world. There are all these other things that are happening. And so I really felt like this could be a learning experience, not just, me as an American coming here and I'm going to be able to teach people things, but I really came here with the mind frame that I'm going to be able to come to another country and really learn things. And I felt like it just really was one of those things, those opportunities that you don't get very often.
Have you participated in the political process, the 17 inside working groups, and then the 18th working group, 18, which was, being, I guess I would call it, the friendly criticism towards the government? Have you participated in that process?
No, I've come here completely as a spectator. I've gone to a couple panels. I've not participated in any of the working groups. I've come here really as someone who's taking in what's happening and then reporting it back to my demographic of people that I reach through Facebook and Twitter and my blog and all that kind of stuff. And really, for me, this is about learning to step back and really observing what other people do, and not, sometimes as Americans we feel like we need to be at the forefront of things. This was a very humbling experience, and one that I was really dedicated to just playing my position and being a silent participant, an observant participant.
Tell us a bit about your work back in New York. What is it that Women on the Move is doing, and then your new group, which I think you said was the Bronx Project?
The Black Project.
The Black Project.
So Mothers on the Move is a Bronx-based community organization that is membership-led and driven. This is where people are taught to advocate for themselves, and then the expectations that you will do it. You write the press releases, you challenge, the elected officials, you choose the campaigns, and it has been going strong for 16 years. 16 years. It really has become an authority on organizing. Everything that I've learned about organizing, I've learned from Mothers on the Move. They are a powerhouse, not just citywide, but really nationally. And so, they can really teach many folks how to get lay people involved and sort of taking a position on what they would like to see happen in their own communities and taking control of their own life. Out of that came me wanting to do something really that looked on doing a similar type of model, a membership-based model, particularly looking at women's leadership and development. How do we empower marginalized, underserved women of color? And we're doing that through urban agriculture, community beautification, political education, and holistic health programming, really creating safe spaces for women where they can heal and feel empowered to then go out there and advocate for themselves and make sure that they're not only just creating healthy communities in terms of aesthetics and environment, but also creating healthy communities by getting healthy internally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Oh, that's fantastic. And how has your experience here in Bolivia as a mother been, and what have you picked up here that you'll take back and put to work in Women on the Move?
There is such a strong sense of community in terms of nurturing motherhood. That for me has been the most fantastic thing. I don't get that in New York very often. People are very quick to disregard you. They will run you over. They will not help you. Here, everyone, the police, the other mothers, other men, for the most part, I would say 90% of the people, they're so welcoming. Sometimes it can feel a bit smothering. They want to help you with the baby. You know, they kiss your child. They help you. They, you know, the police, you know, they scurry you to the front of the line. There's a tremendous respect for mothers. And you're seeing that manifest itself, too, in the conversations that are being had here about Mother Earth. There's that maternal respect, that respect for a vessel which can give life. And I think that's fantastic.
Can you introduce us to your baby here?
Sure. I think she's sleeping right now. And this is Lola with Mr. Floppy. And she's been very tired. All of the women here have picked her up and kissed her. And there she is.
Hi, Lola.
Hola, Lola. Hola, Lola.
What's going on? What's going on? Oh, that's great. Finally, just tell us a little bit about how, if people want to track your experience, what you've been doing. You said you have a blog.
Yes.
Two things to wrap up. Tell our listeners how they can follow your experience here, what you've been writing about, and also what will you take back? What do you want to say to the people back home in the North, in North America, in the U.S., about what we ought to be doing to be taking care of the rights of Pachamama, of Mother Earth?
I think that there's so much that we can learn from other people. I think one of the greatest things that we'll have to learn is humility, and making sure that when we're talking about environmentalism, we're talking about it on a global level, but we're also talking about it on a way that includes the people who have been the most marginalized and who have been the most negatively impacted, and includes them in a way that they are empowered and that they're at the forefront of making decisions, and that decisions are transparent, and that really any legislative pieces that come down from the people, not from government. It has to stop being this top-down type of policies. This is exactly why we are in the situation that we are in now. It really has to be from the bottom up. We've really got to start thinking about rural villages, urban terrain, where people, predominantly lots of time, people of color, indigenous people, low income, working class, are the ones that are most negatively impacted. How do we do things that are completely holistic? That's probably the biggest thing I like to say. Folks want to continue to get in touch with me. They can follow my blog, which is blkgrl.com/blog. They can follow us on Twitter, which is twitter.com/The Black Project. That's THEBLKPROJEK.
Fantastic. Give us your blog address one more time. blkgrl.com/blog. blackgirl.com /blog. Fantastic. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk with us and to our listeners out there on who we have. Actually, we hope that you're paying close attention to the many strong voices that we are hearing coming out of Bolivia, and the success really of creating a global movement to protect the earth from running away climate change. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Claire Greensfelder with Bing Gong here in Tikopaya in the library at the Uni Valley, signing off. Thanks.